Welcome back everybody to Rasputin Gaming Presents. This is our Platinum Trophy playthrough for Deus Ex Human Revolution. As a reminder, this is a double Platinum game. You can earn the Platinum on PS4 and PS3. And you can see we left off with a continue from last time, just like I always do. And this is right at the end of the previous chapter. Chapter 6 for Detroit with the riot. We're about to leave this chapter and start the next one. And as I mentioned before, we did that, made this save right here before going to the next chapter, because there's a very difficult trophy to earn when we get to the next chapter. I wanted a fresh start on it. So here we go.
Nice detective work, Jensen. You ready to return to HQ?
We are ready.
Yeah. Let's hope Pritchard's found that frequency.
You said it.
I want to thank you all for following along. If you're on Twitch, don't forget to friend and follow us. We got a couple of new followers today. It's much appreciated. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe and like buttons. It really helps me out during these very tough times I'm going through. Especially hit those if you're finding a lot of value in what I'm showing you here, how to quickly defeat some of the bosses and how to get through some of these levels pretty quickly.
Hey, I got a message for you, Jensen. From Pritchard. He says he's not in the office.
Great. So what exactly am I supposed to do?
I don't know. He said you should check in with the boss.
Even if it was true that we were breeding a bunch of augmented soldiers and training them, what do they think stopping us from going home and throwing a bunch of rocks is gonna do?
So head upstairs, and if we need to hit the elevator when you're going to the penthouse. This interlude between chapters.
Seraph?
David's just stepped out for a moment, Mr. Jensen. But do come in. I've been hoping to meet you.
Mr. Darrow. I'm surprised you even know who I am.
David speaks very highly of you. He says that when it comes to detective work, you are like a dog with a bone. Have you found your scientist yet?
What else did David tell you?
Over the years, plenty. But today I'm here as a friend and fellow scientist. Things are getting quite turbulent out there, wouldn't you agree? So many people drunk on revolution. The United Nations being urged to intervene. And all because of the technology I created.
Things have come a long way since then.
Haven't they? And now my old friend David wants me to lead us to the Promised Land. He's asked me to invite members of the UN to Panchaea, to convince them we don't need industry regulation.
Your geoengineering project in the Arctic Ocean.
The installation couldn't have been built without the assistance of augmented workers. And when it's finished, my little hole in the ocean is going to stop global warming. A lovely photo op, wouldn't you say?
If it works.
You mean, if it doesn't kill us all?
Adam? You're back. Can I speak to you outside? Get to the helipad, son. You're going back to Hengsha Island. Frank tracked down one of the GPLs.
Only one? Is it?
Sevchenko's. But Adam, we had to call in a favor of the DOD to do it.
Meaning, the conspirators probably know I'm coming.
Of course they know we're coming. Back to the elevator and down we go. Interlude complete. Tells us where we need to go. Back to Lower Hingsha. Back to the helipad. Before we talk to her, let's make a quick overwrite save. And then we can move on and work through this content. We're so close to the end now.
Boss said we're heading back to Hangshaw?
Pritchard tracks Shevchenko's GPL signal. If he's alive, there's a chance the rest of them are too.
That's a pretty big leap, Jensen.
We've been making big leaps for a while now.
Whatever you say. You ready to get going?
No time like the present. Let's get going.
Then hop in.
To our ambush. So this trophy we're gonna get shot down, and the objective is to kill all the aggressors before they kill Malik. Or in our case, knock them out because we're doing the pacifist playthrough. So we'll hope we're quick enough and I can get it on the first try. It usually takes a couple of tries to get through this one.
Bad news, Spy Boy.
Spy boy?
Hangshaw Traffic Control just revoked our clearance. We're being rerouted to another part of the city.
I don't like that. I suppose you can't just ignore them.
Yeah, right. Chinese government. I've got to comply. Bravo Echo Echo 008, proceeding to designated coordinates. What the hell? We've got a SAM locked on our tail.
SAM equals surface to air missile, in case you didn't know.
Jensen, all systems are down. Hang on, we're going in hard. Stop, Jensen!
Malik, we've got company.
I know, but the bird took some damage. Gonna need to patch it up before I can go.
I'll stay and cover you.
Negative! We need to get away from here and find Dr. Shevchenko. I'll be fine.
Don't be a sitting duck.
Maybe, maybe not. But this is your best chance to slip by them unnoticed, and you know it. So get out of here, Jensen.
Kill the bastard!
Guy left. Let's see if that worked. Oh shit, there's another guy over here.
Jensen? The bird's fixed and I'm taking off. Now get on with the damned mission. And thanks, Spy Boy.
Anytime.
And there's the trophy. Now that you have that, we're gonna make a save, but we're gonna make sure that the autosave goes up first. And what we need to do is we have to check all the bodies here. So that blew up this guy. Let's see how he is. Shit, he's dead. See the skull there? That means he's dead. So we're not gonna get the Pacifist playthrough. So we have to load the previous autosave and do this again. Well, actually, we got the trophy, so if we could just sneak by them and be all done with it and let her die. Kind of don't want to do that. We'll try this.
Malik, we've got company.
I know, but the bird took some damage. Gonna need to patch it up before I can go.
I'll stay and cover you.
Negative. You need to get away from here and find Dr. Savchenko. I'll be fine.
You'll be a sitting duck.
Maybe, maybe not. But this is your best chance to slip by them unnoticed, and you know it. So get out of here, Jensen.
Here and do this. Let's see where, if we say load the latest date, where it starts us at. Yeah, great. All right, but we'll check him. This guy's gonna be dead. We're gonna have to do this again. Yep. So load previous autosave.
Malik, we've got company.
I know, but the bird took some damage. Gonna need to patch it up before I can go.
I'll stay and cover you.
Negative. You need to get away from here and find Dr. Savchenko. I'll be fine.
You'll be a sitting duck.
Maybe, maybe not. But this is your best chance to slip by them unnoticed, and you know it. So get out of here, Jensen.
Come on! Cover me! Moving to attack!
You out of here yet, Spy Boy?
Malik?
Just find Vasily. Jensen,
Hostile on the ground.
keep him safe.
Bye-bye, asshole!
Go to hell.
You bastard! Farida!
Surround him and take him down!
Roger that, sir. He has to be around here.
Jensen, I've been monitoring comm activity around Hengsha. Bell Tower's looking for you. Hard.
Bastards ambushed us, Pritchard. Malik didn't make it.
Oh, God. I know you might want to get even. But if they see you, if they recognize you, it might be better to stay out of their way.
Finally.
Jensen? Jensen, the World Health Organization is advising all augmented patients to check in with Lim. There's a problem with biochip technology.
The glitches I've been experiencing.
We've all had them. So far, I can't determine why.
You heading to a clinic?
I'm running a few more tests. But since I can't exactly run them on you, and we don't know when you'll be back, you might not want to wait. Up to you.
So you have a couple of choices here to get the upgrade or not get the upgrade. Generally what I do is don't get the upgrade. I'm just going to buy some more Praxxis kits
You
here.
here for recall? There is problem with the peripheral nerve interface. We fixed with upgraded chip. You want it, yes?
So we'll go ahead and say yes this time. Usually I say no, like I said, but we'll do yes. I'll show you how we can not have it hurt us so much.
Yeah, name's Jensen.
I will tell surgery. You buy something else?
Enough for 2 more Praxis kits.
I'm ready.
And
Excuse
come
me,
talk to this guy right here.
Mr. Jensen? I am not mistaken. You are Mr. Jensen, right?
That depends. Who's asking?
I am sorry, Mr. Jensen. I am being impolite. My name is Wing Hui. I am a doctor here.
I can see that. What I really meant to ask is, how do you know who I am?
Yes, of course. Excuse me, for I am a bit nervous. Bell Tower agents were here a while ago, looking for a man who fits your description. When I heard what they were saying of you, it occurred to me that you might be exactly the person I need.
Are you trying to blackmail me, Doc?
No, of course not. I assure you, Mr. Jensen, no one in this clinic would dare to turn you over to the police. Lim has very strict rules about patient confidentiality, especially if those patients belong to our partnership program.
Glad to hear it. So what's this all about then?
I'm afraid I won't be able to go into very much details. Not before I know you are really willing to help. But I need someone to help me to stop a very dangerous augmented soldier, and possibly his squad mates. If everything Bell Tower said of you is true, then you would seem the good fit for this job.
Fine, I'll do it. Just tell me more.
Thank you. Now please, understand that I am to give you sensitive information on multiple parties.
I understand, Doc. You can count on my discretion.
I appreciate it, Mr. Jensen. Obviously, you are familiar with Bell Tower and the role they have in this city. What you may not be familiar with, however, is the fact that sometimes they contract limb doctors like myself to work in private clinics on special projects.
What kind of special projects?
What you Americans call black operations. Bell Tower selects some of their best soldiers and make them to be super augmented with experimental, top-secret hardware.
Not to sound too jaded, Doc, but none of that comes as a big surprise. Stuff like that's been going on for years.
Yes. Your government and mine have both been guilty of this practice, I am sure. But Bell Tower is not a government. They are a private corporation. A private army on sale to the highest bidder.
Is this about stopping Bell Tower, then? Because as much as I might hate them right now, I'm only one man.
No. It is not all of Bell Tower I need help with. It is just one of their covert operatives, a man named Michael Zelazny. He was implanted with experimental hardware, and to an extent that is way beyond legal regulations. I am ashamed to say I have operated on him myself, and he has been used in countless secret operations for the Chinese and others.
I get it. He's a badass.
Quite, Mr. Jensen, quite. Rumor has it that Mr. Zelazny and his unit have gone rogue about a month ago. 2 weeks later, a city official was assassinated. I am certain they are involved. And then, a few days ago, Mr. Zelazny contacted me. He needed urgent help with one of his squad mates' augmentations.
I take it you said you would help.
They sent me to the back store of a meat shop near Pandang Road, in the Yutzao district. There, I performed emergency repairs on one of the agent's augs, a servo replacement. I believe this back store is their hideout, Mr. Jensen. You must go there and make Mr. Zelazny hear reason.
I'll do what I can.
I am sure you are up to the task. Mr. Zelazny is a soldier, not a maniac. Your unique situation will no doubt resonate with him. And if things do turn sour and he must be terminated, I think you are quite a good candidate to get it done. Or at least survive.
All right, there we go. So now we have a couple things we need to be doing. So
Returning to tonight's biggest story. The
see if I
World
can make
Health
this
Organization today issued an unprecedented
shortcut jump
recall
right here.
on augmentation technology.
yeah, I didn't think so. So bad at these jumps.
Last warning. Leave or I shoot.
Elizabeth Duclair, spokeswoman, confirmed that the cause of these destructions has been linked to major malfunction in multi-channel. Returning to tonight's biggest story.
That is far enough. Get back. Where are you?
Oh my god, all these freaking
seem a heavy argumentative right now.
All right, so we ghosted through there to help out. To get out of there a little easier.
Hey, I know you. You're the one Bell Tower is looking for. I seen your picture.
You got the wrong guy.
What's it worth to you for me to think so? Be a simple thing for me to yell out. Maybe a few credits keep my mouth shut, huh?
How about I find some other way to keep it shut? Permanently.
That won't be necessary. I see now that you're much taller than the man they're looking for.
I thought you might see things that way. Now move it.
And I'm going to go in here and offload a bunch of gear.
Let's get back to talking smack. I'm trying to remind people that the only...
You want best in the city? You come to right place. Look on computer and see for yourself. Fortune and glory to you.
left and right in order to bring you this show via satellite. But I'm good with it. I'm good with it because I understand
All right,
the
then.
reality of living in a...
So now we still only have the one mission, unfortunately. There are some side missions we can deal with. Well, we have Wings side mission. And then to get some other trophies, we need to talk to Denton's agent that we should come across here in a minute.
Back away, sir. This is none of your business. Come out!
Why do I keep running into these alarms all the damn time? Yeah, see? A hostile. What is this? Bullshit.
So rumor has it that Darrow.
So stealth pilot until we can get into this district over here.
Mr. Jensen, Hugh Darrow here. Please forgive this intrusion, but David assured me of your cooperation and discretion. I find myself in need of some assistance.
I'm listening.
A contact of mine, Meng Yao, is in Hengsha, waiting to fill you in. I'll upload her coordinates now.
Let's hope he's as good as they say. Mr. Jensen, right? Thank you for your time. I am Meng Yao, an associate of Mr. Darrow's. I'm in charge of one of his divisions here in Hengsha. You come highly recommended.
Really?
Your boss described you as a most precious asset. Apparently, you are very efficient and always get the job done. We could definitely use a man like you for this operation.
Let's hope his confidence is well placed then.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Mr. Darrow doesn't trust just anyone. We need you to help us stop a group of terrorists who are threatening the Panchaea project. It is not an easy task. Are you sure you are up to it?
Okay, I'll help out.
Excellent. Here's the situation. It has come to our attention that these terrorists possess highly classified proprietary information about Panchaea. We've been able to convince them to sell it to one of our agents, a man named Lo Fei. The meeting is supposed to take place near the Alice Garden pods in the Daigong district.
And you want me to crash this meeting?
Actually, there will not be a meeting. We are sending you alone to ensure Mr. Fei's safety. The terrorists will not be expecting that, and will have the information with them on a data chip. You have to neutralize all of the sellers and retrieve the chip so you can bring it to me.
I don't get it. If Fei set up the meeting, why risk sending me in his stead? Why doesn't he or even some of your other agents drop in on the sellers and take the chip?
Because Mr. Darrow wants an absolute guarantee that there will be no casualties. We will not play by their rules. We want them arrested and questioned, then properly prosecuted and sentenced. This will require stealth and efficiency. That's why a man with your particular skills will be indispensable.
Anything else I need to know?
The sellers are expecting Mr. Fei and Mr. Fei alone. If they spot you, they will shoot on sight. Need I point out this might make your job a lot harder?
Story of my life.
Are
you kidding? You want to move to the Arctic?
不是啦，这样他们会免费。
Okay, so now we previously opened this gate, by the way, so that's why you don't have to hack it this time. Why we hacked it before. So this is related to the Zelazny side quest. Still got some other ones that we haven't finished reading. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we got the new access code. We'll hack this level 1 save here while we're at it.
Access granted.
Grab a couple credit chips, and then we will get out of Dodge. All the way down at the end here, there is a arms dealer. There he is.
You see what I got?
So let's take a look at what we might have to sell. If we picked up anything new, combat rifle ammo. Everything else we should be good on. Software, we don't need any of those. Weapons. Take all the pistol ammo we can get.
Bye-bye. I see you soon.
Alright, and then we need to go to this meeting that's back in the other district. So we'll head on through here. Hopefully we don't run into any more nosy policemen. This guy we dealt with before. Helps if I don't turn the wrong way. Okay, so, oops, well, it's auto-saving here. Let me back up a second. Still auto-saving. Alright, let's make a save. So save data 4, by the way, I'm going to keep and not overwrite it at all. Just in case we have trouble with the foxiest of hounds. Overwrite the save, we'll get this going again. There's the data chip we were after. Machine pistol we left from before. So, let's go ahead and deal with Zelazny at this point. And we're getting an autosave right here. There we go.
They send you?
If you're talking about your former buddies at Bell Tower, the answer is no.
Wait a minute. You're Jensen, right? I heard that some of my former buddies have been looking for you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
An evildoer listens to wicked lips, and a liar gives heed to a mischievous tongue.
You've dropped the merc gig to become a man of the cloth?
Hardly. I just have an interest in theology. And I love quoting the book. Everything in it is so evocative. Now, tell me, are you here to stop me?
Not exactly. I'm here on behalf of someone who wants you to understand reason.
Let me guess. Dr. Wing, right? He's a good man. And I know he's only trying to do what he thinks is right. But he doesn't quite grasp the whole picture here.
Then why don't you enlighten me? Start by explaining why you went rogue.
When an average man decides he no longer shares his employer's views and opts to leave, we say he's handing in his resignation. When men like us do the same, it's called going rogue. You can't quit a job like ours, Jensen. You know that.
Yeah, okay, I can relate. But you still haven't answered my question. And what do you mean when you say you no longer share your employer's view?
Back in the US, when I first got into the Army, I did it because I wanted to serve my country. I believed in its values. I believed in its government. Back then, I believed that by serving my government, I was serving the people it was supposed to protect.
Nice sentiment. But you don't work for the US anymore, you work for Bell Tower.
Times change, Jensen. You know the story. Capitalism's final encroachment on one of the most lucrative industries in the history of mankind. War got privatized. The US military offloaded its special operations to PMCs like Blue Water Global and Bell Tower. I believe that as long as they were working for the government, they were serving the same cause. So when they offered me the chance to work on major operations at twice the pay grade, I made my jump.
All right, so here you saw we picked Inquisitive before. You can fight the guy. We don't want to do that. You can try and be inquisitive or use reason um, with him. And we want to be particularly careful if you have the social mod, which we did, and I didn't turn it on before this. It would be a good time to guide you through what the choice you need to be making here.
Why don't we just skip to when things went sour?
Bell Tower outfitted us with top-notch augmentations. The kind of stuff civilians never hear about. Gave us a massive edge over the enemy. Later, seeing as my unit was one of the most successful ones, they selected us for a special program. Top secret, experimental tech. Told us we would get to work on critical black ops for the US government. But there was a price to pay.
Go on.
We had to be implanted with a neural hub that manipulates memory centers in the brain. Basically controlling what you can and cannot remember.
And you agreed to this?
Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. The augmentation was supposed to keep us safe, make sure we'd never remember details if we fell behind enemy lines. That was the main function. The second one, the one they didn't tell us about, was to lower our inhibitions. Make us more receptive to orders we'd likely disobey. Bell Tower turned us into the perfect mercs.
If you were so perfect, and the hub made you so perfect, how did it fail? How come they didn't outfit the whole agency?
I told you the tech was experimental. After a couple of ops, I started experiencing memory shifts, remembering bits and fragments of past operations. Slowly, I realized some of these operations couldn't logically have been orchestrated by the government. I was asked to do highly questionable things, even by professional standards.
Aren't we all?
Not like this, Jensen. Our services have been sold to corrupt officials in the American and Chinese governments. A combination of lies and use of the neural aug made sure we complied. We were working for a shadow government. Individuals corrupted by a quest for personal power.
So how'd you get out of it?
I confronted the project director. He quoted Apocalypse Now. You have to have men who are moral, and at the same time who are able to utilize their primordial instincts to kill without feeling. I forced him to disconnect the hub, for me and my squad mates here. And then I killed him. I went through his files and contacts. I know who these corrupt men are now. They've turned us into killing machines, and now they'll get to experience their experiment firsthand.
Listen, I have no doubt these men deserve to die. But you can't simply pass judgment on people. Nothing gives you that right. You have to turn yourself in. Play this by the book.
I'm afraid that's impossible. These men I killed, and these men I'm going to kill, they have names, families. Their deaths shouldn't be erased from my memory by some electronic software. They should haunt me, taunt me, until I finally meet our Lord and pay for my sins. But the men behind this, they deserve to die. And I think there's poetry in the fact that they engineered their own demise.
Listen, nobody here is saying you're wrong to think these men deserve to pay. I agree with you. But make them pay in accordance to the law, not by breaking it.
It's a cute little toy you have there, Jensen. But don't waste your time. Your Cassie won't work on me.
I think you're wrong. But I don't think it's my place to try to stop you either. Do what you have to do.
I appreciate that, Jensen. I didn't want you to die for a cause that isn't yours.
Alright, so back to Dr. Wing.
Hey, Jensen. Zelazny here.
Zelazny? How'd you get this frequency?
You're no stranger to top-secret augmentations, Jensen. You figure it out. In the meantime, just want to let you know I've contacted some of my old pals at Bell Tower. Got them to reassign a couple of local patrols. You should have a few less problems to deal with for a while.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
So that's helpful. So let's go earn a trophy real quick here by dealing with Ming Yao, whatever her name is, if I can remember.
Back away, sir. This is none of your business. Come out!
Probably should go to Dr. Wing first, so let's redo this.
You shouldn't be here. Get moving. Get out here.
Back away, sir. So I imagine Versalag's gonna have
Confirmed that the cause of these disruptions has been linked to a major malfunction in the multi-channel peripheral nerve communication.
And now we'll be talking to Dr. Wing and we can finish up this mission.
So? You have found Zelazny? I cannot stress enough the importance of this task, Mr. Jensen.
I found him.
Really, Mr. Jensen? You have been able to make him understand reason? Will he turn himself in?
It's a long story, Doc. I tracked Zelazny and his men. They were hiding in the sewers. And after talking to him, I decided to let him go.
What? But he is a dangerous man, Mr. Jensen. You should not have done this.
The men Zelazny's after are far more dangerous than he is. His methods are extreme, but I think his cause is justified. To be honest, Doc, I believe what he wants isn't that different from you. An honorable government free of corruption. They could use a man like you.
I had not foreseen such a thing. I don't know, Mr. Jensen. You seem to believe that the end justifies the means, but I don't know. I'll have to think about this. Here is a Praxxis kit. It's all I have.
Alright, another Praxxis kit. And there's the trophy for Talion A.D. Now we go to deal with, what's her face? Minyao or whatever.
Returning to tonight's biggest story. The World Health Organization today issued an unprecedented recall on augmentation malfunctions and electrostatic disturbances have been problematic throughout the
So I was just trying to avoid a few more of the patrols. We went a slightly different way. Now there's 2 more trophies we can earn, Corporate Warfare and Ladies Man in this next section. Dealing with Minyao.
You must get that chip back, Mr. Jensen.
I got the chip. The cellars are out cold.
Excellent work. Seems Mr. Darrow was right to trust you. We will send people to take care of the terrorists. Could I see the chip?
How about you tell me what's on it first?
Blackmail, Mr. Jensen? Don't waste your time. I won't tell you anything. Besides, there are stones better left unturned. Might as well just give me the chip and leave it at that.
Look, you're a powerful young woman. You're in a position that warrants your access to classified information. I understand that not everybody should get their hands on this, but I'm like you. I work for a powerful man, and I get entrusted with secret information on a daily basis. Plus, I'm the one who busted his ass getting this chip for you.
I guess your point is not entirely without merit. But understand, this information is extremely confidential. It concerns Panchaea, and more specifically, the Hiram Project.
Hiram Project. Never heard of it.
I'm not surprised. It is a well-guarded secret. But without it, Panchaea could not exist. Such an ambitious project. An installation extending all the way to the ocean floor. The pressure exerted against it is constantly shifting. Yet the slightest defect in structural integrity could bring it all down. That's why we needed something powerful and extremely efficient to monitor it, day and night.
You're saying the Hiram Project is some kind of advanced computer?
Yes, I suppose you could say that.
Thank you for your honesty. The information is safe with me, don't worry. Here's your data chip.
Ah, perfect. You don't know what this means, Mr. Jensen. Your help has been invaluable. Thank you. Even though this was a favor for Mr. Darrow,
And there's
he
one of the
believes
two
you should be
trophies.
duly rewarded. Here is a payment in credits. I'm sure Mr. Darrow will wish to congratulate you himself. Expect to hear from him soon.
Okay, we should get one more for completing the mission as well, besides getting her to spill the goods. There it is, corporate warfare. And at this point, let's make a, well, it's auto-saving. We'll make our own save. And then I'm gonna end this stream here tonight. Friend and follow us on Twitch. I know there was a lot of skipping around and redos and stuff like that. That's what it takes sometimes. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Help me out. And like the videos. So there we are. Please be safe out there. Until next time.